Hello, y'all. It is time to breathe again on the latest breath of fresh air. No, I still say that from time to time. The latest BOFA sports. Shouting with your host, Charles Taylor. Now, we weren't able to do a webcast Tuesday evening. I had couple of things to take care of. Nothing bad. Actually, I was meeting a couple of former coworkers for dinner. So we weren't able to do the webcast on Thursday, or on Tuesday evening. So here we are coming with a couple of shorties. I'll do mine for today. Patrick Brackett will have his ready for tomorrow, and we'll both run down the sequence of events that has happened throughout the sports world. The main things we wanted to cover is, of course, the Super Bowl. You know, the Super Bowl is coming up on Sunday afternoon/evening, but the NBA has been a happening, rocking place, with all the trades that are going down before the trade deadline later this afternoon. Now, if you look at the headlines, of course, everybody has been talking about the trade that happened late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, depending on where you are in the country, between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks. Luka Doncic goes to the Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis. And every angle of this trade has been explored, dissected, and if you look at any of your networks, ESPN, Fox Sports, CBS Sports, NBC Sports, any online publication, any website, any social media page, you would think this was the only trade that has happened. But, of course, that is not the case. You also saw De'Aaron Fox, the dynamic guard for the Sacramento Kings, get traded to San Antonio to join the Spurs and the 7'4", 7'5" phenomenon known as Victor Wembanyama and Jimmy Butler. The I don't know if you want to call him drama filled or whatever, but you know about all the dysfunction and all of the rifts that was happening between himself and the Miami Heat in terms of the contract disputes. So now he gets traded to the Golden State Warriors, pairing him up with Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And the Warriors lost, among others, Andrew Wiggins in that trade. Those are the three big ones that have happened. And for me, if you're talking about my value or what I think provides the most substance right now, to me, it is the trade that involved De'Aaron Fox coming to the Spurs. Look, the Lakers and Mavericks trade, again, they've been getting all the headlines. I don't really see too much of an effect for the Lakers in terms of what they could do this year. Obviously, when you have Luka pairing up with LeBron James, you're going to have a lot of people trying to speak a championship run for the Lakers into existence, but I just don't see it happening. I think with that move, they got a lot slower and they don't really have a big guy. I know they did trade for one. They got Williams from the Charlotte Hornets, which they moved their draft pick, Dalton Connect, among others, to get him. So you have a guy in the middle, but the Lakers' depth has taken a hit. And I don't really see how much is going to be done right now, as much as it is Luka coming over for the future. The Lakers have their cornerstone piece they can build around. We know this about the Lakers. They don't really have a lot of patience when it comes to letting their young players develop. They are about big money moves, big trades happening, or making a splash superstar free agent signing. That is how the Lakers operate. That's how they have operated in the past. It's probably how they're going to continue to operate. No reason to see why that would change now, especially when you consider this trade that has happened. So everybody's going to talk about that. But for me, Fox coming to the Spurs, Now you have the bona fide point guard to go along with what you have in Victor Wembanyama. Chris Paul, Harrison Barnes, good guys to bring on for veteran leadership. But another key with the Spurs in this trade is they didn't have to break up their roster too much. Yes, they did get rid of a lot of draft capital, but they were able to keep Devin Vassell. They were able to keep Stephon Castle. They were able to keep Keldon Johnson, among others, and continue to have the continuity with the roster they have been working on building since the beginning of this year. Looking at what I felt the Spurs could do going into the season, I felt they could compete for a play-in spot and perhaps get into the playoffs through that route. But with De'Aaron Fox there, they can make a run toward one of these top six rosters to where they can avoid the play-in, or top six spots where they can avoid the play-in and maybe do some damage in the playoffs. They're that good now. De'Aaron Fox is that good. He can score and he can also distribute. And we know how much of a beast Wembanyama is. So I think that is the move. That is the trade of the trade period. Again, I know everybody's going to talk about what the Lakers doing. I mean, that trade happened Saturday night / Sunday morning, and that is still all over everyone's airwaves. But this is the one, if you're asking me for the substance, the Spurs Kings trade, that's the one that's going to steal my personal headlines for me. Butler going to the Warriors. We'll see how that goes. But I don't know what the Warriors are going to do. They'll make a push, and you can never count out a team that has Steph Curry. And maybe you get a splash of playoff Jimmy getting loose. But I don't know if that's a huge, huge needle mover for me. The Spurs move is the one that I would lean on as the one that can move some needles. And other than that, we'll see what happens for the rest of the deadline, which, of course, is later on today. Moving on, before we get on out, let's talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. You have the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles in a rematch of of when they played 2 years ago, and the Chiefs won that game 38-35. We know the Chiefs are going for an unprecedented third straight Super Bowl win, and the Eagles are looking for a little bit of revenge from that loss 2 years ago. If you look at the Eagles roster, it looks like they have the more talented roster from top to bottom. Jalen Hurts at quarterback. We know what Saquon Barkley is doing at running back. 2 stud receivers, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You have Dallas Goedert at tight end, one of the best offensive lines in football. On defense, you got the game wreckers in Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Good secondary players led by Darius Slay, Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, all over the place. You look at the Chiefs, you know they got the best quarterback in the league in Patrick Mahomes, one of the best coaches ever to do it in Andy Reid, Hall of Fame tight end in Travis Kelce, and a game wrecker in his own right in Chris Jones on the defensive line. So I expect this to be a good game. If you are the Eagles, if you are going to win, you need to put this game away early, or as early as can be. Maybe by the third quarter, you could put it away, because if it's close, the Chiefs are probably going to find a way to pull this out. I believe the Chiefs will probably win their third title. The Eagles can beat them. I'm not saying the Eagles don't have a shot, but the Chiefs just find a way to win these games. And I picked against the Chiefs numerous times. Obviously, last year when they played my San Francisco 49ers, I picked against them, but they just find a way to win these games. So until someone can knock them off, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think it will be a score of, let's go 31-28. So with that, that is what we are breathing on for today. Y'all make sure y'all visit the BOFA Sports YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, and follow the BOFA Sports Facebook page. So until next time, y'all take care, enjoy the Super Bowl and keep a lookout for what's coming up before the trade deadline comes and goes in the NBA. Have a good Thursday.